presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to Phil in Puerto Rico. Hey, Phil, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, doing great. Just wanted to thank you guys and your whole crew. Best content on the internet. Really appreciate everything you guys are doing.
We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Phil, how did you find us?
I just typed in live trading in YouTube one morning.
Cool.
I was looking for any type of live trading room. You guys came up, and
Awesome.
I know quality when I see it, or at least I like to think so. And I mean, you guys are just a dream. I appreciate everything you guys do.
Welcome to the Tiger family. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us.
My pleasure.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN. Thanks so much for joining in, spending your Wednesday afternoon right here. And we got a market bounce going on. You got the S&Ps right now. We're at basically session highs. Within a point of that level, S&P's up more than 30 points, up almost 0.5%. And we take a look at the volume. Quite a bounce from the volume of the day. And volume-wise, though, not quite up to where we were the last couple of days. We'll see how we come into the final hour. But only about 1 million contracts on the S&P last couple of days. You've done almost 1.4. So we're getting above those levels. And we're going to need some volume to come in. You check out the ETFs, the S&P. Check it out. 38 million versus 62 and 61. Okay, now you do have this high out here as well from Friday. Okay, but that's on the half a day as well. So you're breaking above those levels. Light volume right now on the S&Ps. NASDAQ 100, and you talk about a turnaround. You're talking about a move about almost a full percentage down, a full percentage back up. You do it in one day, and on a volume basis, the NASDAQ 100, yeah, that's quite a bounce. About 434,000 contracts yesterday. You're doing 555. We're going to come in pretty close to those numbers in the NASDAQ 100. You're breaking above yesterday's high. And we'll see how the volume comes in. Dow looking strong. Maintaining the channel, breaking above those recent highs, and Dow's got volume, man. Look at that volume. Today already, 80,000 contracts. All of yesterday, 81 and 75 the day prior, Monday. And the Russell's coming up to the October highs. Russell right now up 1.7%. And again, about 135,000 contracts versus 149. Bitcoin catches a bid. See the dip lower to Monday's low, 84,000. Bitcoin up by 2% right now. Let's jump to yield. So we're a week out from a Fed decision. And right now you're looking at the 10-year up by about 7 ticks, and we're all the way down to 4.06. So 4.06 the yield on the 10-year. And the dollar's one of the biggest moves out here, though, because there's no reprieve whatsoever. The dollar bouncing from that 100 level yet again. You're breaking below where we were in November. And on a longer term basis, okay, you got a nice uptrend channel, but we are in a real threat of breaking that uptrend channel. It's held many times before, going back to all the way to 2008, okay? Higher highs, higher lows, all the way to the highs of 2022. Now we're right back to that level. And with the Fed in focus a week from today, odds about 88% that they're going to cut. We'll see where we go. But pressure is going to be on lower rates, which is going to be on a weaker dollar. We got payrolls this morning. Payrolls unexpectedly fell by 32,000. And small businesses, as I talked about this morning, small businesses. So larger businesses added 90,000 workers. Small businesses lost 120,000 workers. You talk about a divide. Okay, when you talk about wages, that number's slowing as well. 4.4% is the year-over increase. You stay in the same job, down by 0.1 percentage points. And we jump over to gold and metals. So that new news drives the action this morning, along with Microsoft, which we'll jump over to. And we have gold right now. Quite the acceleration in the holiday week. We hit a high on Monday of near 4,300, but silver's the story in the metal market. They're loving those memes in the Tiger's Den, and I'm enjoying them as well. And we have silver up by 30 pennies, up 0.5%. And yeah, you make another all-time high last night. 59.65. We hit a high this morning, and you got some selling at 9 o'clock with the entire market. And let's jump over to it. So Microsoft. You pull this one over. This one hits at 9 o'clock. I believe it was from the information. AI product sales are missing growth goals. Not what you want to see. Multiple Microsoft sales teams missed growth goals for the Azure Foundry product in the last fiscal year. The company lowered growth targets for AI software sales after many of the salespeople missed the goals in the last fiscal year. So the sales lag occurred for the Foundry product, an Azure enterprise platform where companies can build and manage AI agents. That's not a good area to be underperforming if you're Microsoft, right? Less than a fifth of salespeople in one Azure unit met that target of a growth of 50%. In another unit, the quota was set to double, and the quota was dropped to 50% after most salespeople didn't meet it. Imagine your growth's to double the sales, right? Quite a target for the sales crew, and they're not following up, and they're giving them a little bit of a reprieve. But yeah, Microsoft, you drop $15 on that story. We're down by 1.5%. And we jump to the NASDAQ 100 in terms of stocks negative. Micron off 2.3%. You have Apple off 0.5%. Broadcom slightly in the red. NVIDIA off by 0.6. Meta as well off about 0.5%. And one of the other stories out there, now Meta's negative, but it seems like Zuckerberg. Remember when Zuckerberg said they were done hiring? Right? If you've been listening to the program long enough, that wasn't that long ago. And they had said that they were done. They were done hiring for now, right? The AI build-out. Well, now they need a design executive. And guess what? They're not done hiring if you can get the right people. And the right people sometimes, most of the time, a lot of the time, maybe not most of the time. They're working at Apple. Why not? Their company, Alan Dye, head of Apple's user interface design team for 10 years. Talk about a man in charge. Whew. Now he's going to get replaced with longtime designer who asked not to be had. But yeah. So the guy replacing him has been there since 1999, and yeah, I'm sure there's plenty in the ranks that can fill that role, but you talk about it, man. Meta, they are not stopping, and this one is design, user interface design. So you're going to have AI user interface design. We're going to start getting physical products as well, but Meta coming after it. Jump over to Apple shares right now. Apple, almost the inverse of Microsoft, right? You accelerate higher on the open, we dip lower, we're actually negative on the session. You jump over to Microsoft, not getting it back though, still up by 1.5%. Google, how about Google, a big benefactor there? They might be winning, taking some of Microsoft's business, right? If Microsoft's underperforming, maybe Google with Gemini up 1.7%. Stay tuned, folks. Come right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. We have markets in the green, and we jump around. And how about flying taxis? Yeah, it would, I feel like flying taxis is almost an easier solve than for the variables that you encounter on the road. Ooh, excuse me. Stephen Ross, $200 fix for commuting hell flying taxis. Now, safety is going to be of paramount importance, convincing people to jump in these taxis. But yeah, he's going to work with Archer Aviation to build a network of launch pads for a fleet of flying vehicles. Excuse me, it's coming, man. $200 and take around 30 minutes. And we're going to be in the Jetsons. Because if you think about the fact that, on the Skyway, you can just have basically them all working together. I mean, you see it with some of these drones, the way they're all able to intermingle. Anything in the air is an obstacle. You just stay out of the way of anything that you're seeing in the air. You can't do that when you're on the road. There's certain things you got to go around, etc. Any single, hey, we'll see what happens. But an Uber Black Ride, okay, from Miami to West Palm is about $230, and they're going to do air taxis at roughly equivalent the price point. And a car ride would take about 2 hours during rush hour, and an air taxi is going to take less than half of that time. We are on the forefront of some pretty remarkable technology when you fire in, self-flying vehicles. So trips of 20 to 50 miles. Maximum range is 100 miles. These aren't long trips they're talking about. You want to avoid the Bourne Bridge traffic? What would that be worth, right? Whew. And that's what you need, though. You need places for all these things to land, and then you need the reliability of the safety. But it's coming, man, and we need it. Think about changing the revolution of everything. I don't want to be confined to traveling on the road. It's coming. Amazon. Let's check out Amazon shares. Down by 0.8%. And yeah, on the short term, you see that sell off this morning. And yeah, if Microsoft's struggling, Amazon's the leader, and they're probably struggling too. You're down by 0.8%. But Google. For a moment, the market said, yeah, Google, but Google's the winner right now. I use Gemini myself. I still enjoy ChatGPT. But the market figured out real quick today that guess what? They're probably rolling into Google. And then you check out Apple shares. You know, if you're looking to get in Apple, here's the thing. There's always an opportunity cost, okay? But boy, look at this channel. You can't get much better than the move that this thing's on. And right now you're at a point that you may be overvalued on the upper boundary of that channel. You just traded from 196 to 288. You're at the upper boundary. We've been trading higher for what, since June? Pretty remarkable. Apple, right? Remember the April acceleration? Apple really underperforming. You were at 200 all the way until July. And then it's been, look at that, 200 to 284. You're up 45% in 4 months. Wow. You're up 100% in Google from where we were at the beginning of almost July, end of June. Some magnificent numbers to live into that they're going to have to now materialize. NVIDIA off by 0.8%. Check out the volume on NVIDIA. You get some selling on their earnings, and they were big numbers. Remember, you go back to their numbers. All was supposed to be well in the world. Well, we still can't get above that level. What if they didn't crush everything, right? All the talk was, man, they crushed it. They delivered. Can't get above that level in this market right now, and today you're trading lower yet again. And that's foretelling a bit, folks, okay? When you deliver magnificently, but then when the market opens, you figures out, you know, that's the minimum of what we expected at the prices that we're trading at right now. And yeah, they're going to have some competition. You better believe they're going to have some competition. All right, they have a monopoly on how the future is going to run in terms of processing chips. There are going to be other people trying to supply those same chips, especially the people that are paying the amount of money that they're paying, whether you're talking about Google, right? You're talking about Amazon, etc. All right. Warner Brothers Discovery. Another day, another positive price. Up by 6 pennies, but we're trading right now at $24.60. Highs at $24.76 yesterday. We jump around to some of the shooters. Paramount Skydance. What do we got going on here? We got some selling, that's for sure. Whew, look at this thing. And maybe this is just that they're probably going to lose out. They get the big fish in the sea going after, but they get some selling right now. And yeah, you got, you know, Netflix with an all-cash offer. And look at this. What's the low out here? Whew, we are right at this low, $14.65, the low in November. You got Paramount off 6.8% today. Let's take a look at the volume. Let's see, we get some real volume down here. Look at all this volume we got. So you're breaking below these levels. Did about 10 million on November 7th. You needed 13 the day after. You've done 6.7 right now. And there's your low, 14.65. So you break below that, and you do it on lighter volume. For those looking to get in Paramount, let's see what kind of pullback we're looking at here. Yeah, maybe near the 14 area even. Okay, that's coming into the low of September 11th. Because you go below there, and you're going to the bottom of this bar here, which is 11.15. But on a longer term basis, I still think they're going to have a little, and I say it as in, yeah, you're going to have some action when you talk about UFC on that White House lawn. We'll see. All right, let's see what else we got pulled up here. So, in terms of tariffs, Treasury Secretary says that Trump will be able to replicate the tariffs even if it loses. They talked about this extensively in the oral arguments for the Supreme Court. It was one of the arguments the justices made, actually, saying that there's, necessary steps, but they got a million steps, and why this one with the wide latitude? And we'll see. But they're already getting ready for more tariffs. We'll see. The unknown. Hey, markets in the green, folks. We're coming right back. We're going to talk some Netflix. We're taking a look at Netflix when we get back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tom O'Brien Show is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. Before we jump over to Netflix and we'll take a look at those streamers, AMD, we got a little bit of volatility on that Microsoft news this morning. AMD up by 0.8%. You jump over to Micron. So Micron, they provide memory And they're getting out of the consumer business, and I don't blame them. Why would you want to be selling memory to consumers when you can sell it all to AI farms? I generalize, but you see Micron this morning, and then you move down by 2.5%. So Micron, this is out today, stops selling memory to consumers as demand spikes from AI chips. Now, they had sold, their chips. So memory is also used in phones, computers, but with lower specs, lower quantities, many laptops, right? 16 gigs of memory, 8 gigs on the lower end there. Micron competes against a couple other companies in the market for high bandwidth memory, but it's the only U.S.-based memory supplier. SK Hynix is NVIDIA's primary memory supplier. Micron supplies AMD, which says its AI chips use more memory than others, providing them a performance advantage for running AI. AMD's current AI chip comes with 288 gigs. Why would you sell 16 gigs to a consumer when you can sell 288 gigs to AMD? Now, they don't break out that business in the earnings. However, the cloud memory business, 213% year-over-year growth. 213% year-over-year growth. They just had the price target for Goldman to Micron, 205 from 180. Well, we're trading at 233. And how's that for a run? The April lows of 62 to 260. Now, how's that for a pullback in the same way, November 20th? Okay, and we're just coming back in to test that area. But yeah, you got Micron down about 2.3%, Microsoft off by 1.5%, AMD up by 0.8%, and Google, Gemini up by 1.8%. All right, and thank you, Duncan Steve. Yeah, so there's reports out there that Warner Brothers gets a little bit rosy to the idea that potentially that Netflix offer, and you can't go wrong with straight cash, okay? Because if you're taking shares, that can dilute the value of the deal. They can sell off the value of the shares. I mean, imagine, right? So if Netflix, and this is how it works, and it just happened with Coeur d'Alene and New Gold, okay? It's the best example of how this can work, okay, which is why Coeur d'Alene announced they were acquiring New Gold a month ago, right? You want a quick example of how things can go wrong. And what happens is that it was a stock deal, okay? Let me see if I can pull it up. And because New Gold owners were getting shares, so it happened right around here, okay? There's all your volume. So Coeur d'Alene buys New Gold for $3 billion, I believe it is. Let's pull it up. And in actuality, the stock was worth less following that because the shares that they were getting of Coeur d'Alene around that time were not a big fans of spending that money. Okay, there's your sell-off on the Coeur d'Alene during that time, and meanwhile it goes left. So if you're getting the shares, you're prone to that, right? Everyone, if you're getting bought out, give me some cash. I can always take that cash and buy the shares myself if I really wanted to. Now you jump to the next one, all right? Because this is who they were talking about. But Paramount, they got a plan B as well. Yeah. Okay. Netflix, mostly cash offer. It's a horse race between them. It's close to 50-50. But speculation's growing that Warner Brothers has come to prefer the Netflix bid. Can't argue with it, okay? And you better believe the close to richest man in the world and his son have a plan, okay? Their pitch, the Netflix is doomed to fail, facing rejection by President Trump's antitrust cops. Imagine, that's the play in play there, okay? They argue that theirs is the only deal that will guide through the regulatory process. It's always good who you know in terms of Ellison, his relationship with the president, and pushing the deal together. what's remarkable is you better believe it'll be the biggest one getting even bigger, right? Netflix takes over to them. There are a lot of competitors in streaming right now, okay? Whether it's Apple TV, Netflix just dominates everything. They do. And so if you make a case for anyone, maybe Netflix shouldn't be the one going out and purchasing more competitive avenues, because it's going to be cool to see if it was, Paramount, right? They take over. He wanted it. He's the one who really started it. Paramount coming in. They said, oh, now we're going to go for a bidding war. But yeah, part of that process there is if you take the Netflix bid, and it's a close to $30 a share. Okay, but what you're going to be dealing with is some risk there. You're pushing 25. If that deal doesn't go through, where do you drop back down to? And remarkably, this company was trading at $12 when he came into that. You jump over to Netflix shares. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Netflix, they don't like the idea of that either. It's going to be a lot of money when you're talking about, Reed Hastings. He's not afraid of spending money, and he's had dramatic success. And Warner Brothers is pushing $61 billion. The number that they're talking about is probably going to be a number close to $70 to $75 billion. What's Disney trading at right now? That's half of Disney. It's just a remarkable sum of money. Jump over to Netflix. Even for a company like Netflix, I mean, you've pulled back substantially. Okay, you're well off 134 right now. You're talking about almost a 30% hit to the value of this company, and you're talking about a company that's going to pay all cash, $70+ billion, and the market cap of that company right now is only $440 billion. It's a big number, man, and the market's reacting today. The other side of that, on a longer-term basis, man, Netflix, all they do is print money. They figured it out. They're going to get everybody on there. They're going to give you ad-supported, and they're going to sell the heck out of those ads, as TV always is. It's going right back to that way, man. They're going to make more money per user on ads than you would ever pay yourself as a consumer. Probably has Reed Hastings excited to go spend $70 billion when he knows how much he can sell in advertising. All right, folks, stay tuned. Markets in the green. We're coming right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors. For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. We got markets in the green right now, and yeah, that news on Microsoft, you shake it off. But we got a little bit of a pullback. And you check out where we are. Let's take off this Fibonacci number. Take a look at Microsoft on a daily. It's just been such a run in this market. Look at that double top too, right? All we are is right back at the 382. Okay, you touch that level, we're back there. You know, you start breaking through this level. And we got recent lows out by there, but this is just a natural retracement in a bull market right now with the 382. And you start talking about the volatility of the political situation, potentially a few cracks in there. The journal out there reporting today that Trump ally Elise Stefanik is attacking Johnson's leadership. Maybe as there's a little bit of weakness here, is he going to go after Johnson? And we'll see, because one of his allies calling him an ineffective leader, losing control of the GOP conference heading into the midterms. Wouldn't have the votes for speaker if there was a roll call vote tomorrow. I believe that the majority of Republicans will vote for new leadership. It's that widespread. And we'll see. But that one was a headache getting through originally. In terms of the speakership, all right, you talk about the risks of AI. Jump over to Morgan Stanley. Quite a run. Up by 2.8% today. Yeah, just this one story maybe. Maybe just unloading some of their data center exposure. Let's see what that's not a real tick out there. Boy, look at this run, just all day higher. So check out this story. Morgan Stanley considers offloading. What's going on, right? People in the know, they're selling. You got SoftBank, Peter Thiel, Morgan Stanley, data center exposure. I don't know. I thought data center was like the easiest place to make money ever. You invest, you make like some circulatory deals, and you're up 100%. I kid, yet it's pretty close to some of the deals that's going on. Nonetheless, Morgan Stanley considers offloading some of its data center exposure via a significant risk transfer tied to a portfolio of loans to businesses involved in AI infrastructure. Do you think the people at Morgan Stanley are having some conversations about the circulatory nature of all the business that these companies are doing and who's going to have money to pay what? So the bank held preliminary talks with potential investors about the significant risk transfer, SRT. And the strategists forecast big cloud computing companies will spend a significant amount on data center projects through 2028, with most of the rest raised via debt markets. There's still a nascent slice of the credit risk transfer market in terms of data center, and this is where banks hedge their credit exposure. Significant risk transfer. All right, is that what it is? Significant risk transfer. All these financial products, right? So Morgan Stanley in October arranged over $27 billion of debt and about $2.5 billion of equity financing for one of those special purpose vehicles tied to Meta's Hyperion data center in Louisiana. They led 3 junk bond offerings in which the proceeds were earmarked in part to help finance the construction of new data center facilities. They forecast companies are going to spend $3 trillion on data center infrastructure through 2028. Oh. Cash flow can fund only about half of that. That's $1.5 trillion in debt. Oh. They talk about Oracle, of course. Man. Like anything else, they're going to have to create that money from somewhere to pay for the bills. Now, some of the companies doing it, boy, Meta is a cash machine. Okay? Google is a cash machine. The cash flow that Amazon has, right? In the same regards. Now, the valuations are going to matter, but they have cash flow. And Microsoft, my goodness, the cash flow. But boy, that's quite a double top, man. Get up there in July, 550, 545. Get within $2 of that price, 553.72, and then look at that selling as well. Whew. Yeah. So you make that high, and all you do is you rip lower. Remember, that was gangbuster earnings again. Gangbuster earnings. And boy, just like that, under pressure. All right, Bitcoin catching a nice bid. MicroStrategy up by 3.7%. MicroStrategy back to where we were November 20th. Pretty similar to Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin slightly above that level right now, but forming a little bit of a base. But we need some more volume on this bid. Look at no real buying here, right? Look at the buying in terms of where we were yesterday. Nice volume, nice price action. But yesterday's day, if you don't count the Friday after Thanksgiving, one of the lowest volume days we've had over the last couple of weeks, a few weeks even. Ethereum volume yesterday, not too remarkable as well. Let's jump over to crude. Yeah, crude just bumping up against this upper channel line. Has been the case since basically the beginning of November, so a couple months just trading lower right along that channel line. We're bumping up again. Crude up by 44 pennies, and let's check in on the dollar. Dollar looks like it's heading back to 98, man. We got weakness in the dollar no matter what is happening with yields right now, and I say that in the context of yields are going lower, man. Had a great conversation with our man Teddy Kegstad today, talking about, it'd be pretty surprising if you don't get at least a full percentage point of cuts over the next year. We're in December, man. It's going to be holiday trading before you know it, and we got a new Fed chair. Trump's probably going to tell everybody who he wants to pick. He said next year. They're in that spot by May. And yeah, it'd be surprising if we didn't get some cuts with a change of regime, and that is going to be pressure on the dollar for lower dollar. I mean, check out that weekly. No slowing down whatsoever. Now, on a volume basis, yeah. But that's the holiday week, folks, okay? Check out silver. 337,000 contracts. But that's on 3.5 days. You multiply that by 5, divided by 3.5. Let's see. I think I did this last week. On Monday. 337 times 5. Divided by 3. Whoops. All right, I'll pull it up after the break. It's big volume. You pull it up on the daily. How's that? Silver breaks to a high of 59.43 on volume. All right, folks, one more segment. We'll come right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. And yeah, some interesting stuff talking about here in the Tiger's Den, that Warner Brothers discovery. And yeah, it's above all our pay grade, Fletch. And you know what? He's saying, what it comes down to, what's remarkable is we're all humans, man. They're in the room, right? They're making those decisions. Which one are they going to go for? And Ellison and Paramount, my opinion, they're going to be just fine. Okay, the richest man in the world, he's going to figure out a way to create content. Period. That's it. That's why I'm a bull in longer term on Paramount. The other side of that is make the argument, right? If you're a Warner Brothers Discovery holder, the deal gets done for Paramount, okay? And it's not exactly how it should work, but it's definitely the way it's working right now, okay? It's who you know, and it's always who you know. Of course it is. But Paramount is already in discussions like I talked about with the White House. Ellison, he's already been at the White House when you're talking about Oracle, right? Part of the adventures going on with AI in terms of the ventures that they have with the White House, with SoftBank, with OpenAI. So that deal gets done. And if they go for Netflix, the pressure is going to be on, then you have that player at the White House, Ellison, pushing back on that. And that's a risk. And do you take that risk? And it's going to be a close call. And yeah, so that's the other side of it. It looks like it might be a better bid from Netflix, but you got to get a bit of a gamble. And you're seeing the spend that they're going to have. It's a big number, $60+ billion for a company valued at $450, but it's a good spot to be in for Warner Brothers. You double in value where you were. 3 months ago. And Netflix, yeah. Okay. This thing is always on my radar to add because right now you're all the way back to a 618 on the move you had in April. Okay. And on a longer term basis, check this out. We'll finish it up. Okay. The 382 brings you right back to almost that April. You make it back to $88. That's a 382 with the entire move from 20 to 134. And they're going to make so much money selling ads forever. That's the way people make money. That's the way Meta makes money selling ads, right? Not selling to the consumer. Folks, thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great night. Have a safe night. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock for the morning market kickoff. Have a great